He saved a woman's life during one of the worst tragedies in American history. Justin Uhart ran toward the danger when everyone else was running away, and the socks on his feet tonight were a gift from the woman who survived because of him. Now he's standing on this stage with $1 million in play and a fortune cookie number guiding every decision. But what happened next left the entire studio in tears. Before Justin Uhart ever set foot on the Deal or No Deal stage, he had already done something that most people will never do in their entire lives. During the Las Vegas shooting, one of the deadliest mass shootings in American history, Justin was at the concert when the gunfire erupted and chaos consumed the crowd. When every instinct in the human body screams to run, Justin ran toward the danger. He found a woman named Jan lying on the ground, bleeding, wounded. He stopped. He saw the wound, saw the blood, and he did what heroes do. He stayed. He applied pressure, he kept her calm, and he saved her life. Jan survived because a 26-year-old stranger from a small town in Nevada chose not to run away. Tonight, Justin walked onto the stage wearing Canadian flag socks, a gift from Jan, who was from Canada. They were his lucky charms. He'd gotten lucky enough to save her, and now he was hoping that luck would carry him through a game show. He told Howie he was from Minden, Nevada, a tiny town with exactly 6 stoplights, and that he was now living in Vegas, working as a loan officer. He was 26, single, and ready to win some money and have a great time. The audience was already on their feet for him before the first case was even opened. Howie laid out the game. This was Deal or No Deal 2, a slightly different version of the classic format. The rules were the same with one twist. The contestant had the option to counteroffer the banker once during the game. Just once. Use it wisely. And the banker this time was a woman sharp, calculating, and ready to play. Justin picked case 19 because the last 3 fortune cookies he'd opened all had the number 19 in them. 3 fortune cookies, the same number. If that wasn't a sign, nothing was. Round 1 asked Justin to open 6 cases. Case 16 went first, a clean result. Case 7 followed, and a significant amount left the board. But the million was still alive along with all the other top prizes. Case 17, Case 23, and Case 11, all opened with mostly small amounts disappearing. Then came Case 9, the last of the round. Patricia opened it, and the result was a small amount. 5 tiny numbers and 1 big hit in the first round. The board was still healthy, and the $1 million was very much in play. The banker called. She said she respected Justin's heroism, but this was business. The first offer was $15,000. Justin barely gave it a thought. So early in the game, so much still on the board. No deal.
No deal.
5 more cases to open. Round 2 brought the next wave. Case 4 was first. Brenda opened it and a small amount cleared. Good start. Case 18 followed. Alyssa, who was also from Canada, opened it to reveal $100,000. It stung, but it wasn't catastrophic. Case 22 cleared just $1,000, an excellent result that the crowd loved. Case 13 opened to a tiny amount, and Justin was riding a wave. Then came Case 20, the last of the round. Amanza opened it, and $200,000 disappeared. That was a bigger hit, but the board was still standing. The million was still there, and so were several massive amounts. The banker offered $33,000. Justin was 26. This could be a down payment on a home, the start of a career. Before deciding, Howie brought out the supporters. First was Oscar, a Marine who had known Justin for 2 years but felt like a lifetime. Oscar said that as a Marine, he was trained to do the things Justin did naturally, and he was proud to call him a brother. Then came Johnny, Justin's middle school buddy and best friend for life, and finally Cassie, Justin's little sister, who said he had always been her hero, and now he was a hero to everybody. The team said, keep going, no deal. But before the next round, Howie asked Justin something personal. Did he have any heroes of his own? Justin lit up. His childhood hero was Emmitt Smith, the legendary Dallas Cowboys running back, a Hall of Famer, and a man he had always looked up to. He said he would love to meet him someday. Round 3, 4 cases. Case 15 went first, and Maddie opened it to a great result. Case 8 followed, Nika opened it, and the amount came from the left side of the board. Clean. Case 12 was next. They were looking for the dollar. The result was manageable. Then Case 1 Soraya opened it, and the round ended on a high note. It was a fantastic round. The big money was all still alive, and the offers were about to climb. The banker offered $76,000, more than double the last offer. It was the most money Justin had ever had a chance to come across. But Justin had a number in mind, 6 figures. he told the banker directly. At least 6 figures before I'm going anywhere. No deal. And then Howie dropped a surprise that nobody saw coming. Justin had mentioned his hero was Emmitt Smith. So Howie invited Emmitt Smith to walk onto the stage. The Hall of Fame running back, live and in person. Justin's jaw dropped. The entire studio erupted. Justin was visibly choked up. This was his childhood idol, standing right in front of him, shaking his hand. Emmitt spoke directly to Justin. He said that athletes get called heroes all the time, but the real heroes are people like Justin, the ones who save lives under the worst possible circumstances. He invited Justin and a guest to join him and his wife at the Emmitt Smith Invitational Golf Tournament in Dallas. Justin could barely speak. The emotion in the room was overwhelming. Now let me ask you, with Emmitt Smith standing beside you, your hero telling you that you're his hero, and $1 million still on the board, would you take the safe money, or would you keep going with that kind of energy behind you? Round 4. 3 cases with Emmitt by his side. Case 10 opened, and the $1 million survived. Case 3 brought another excellent result the board was holding. One more case before the next offer, case 5. The $1 million was still there, and Justin had a 25% chance of walking out with either $300,000 or $1 million. But the case also opened to reveal a significant amount, and the offer dropped to $60,000. The banker was fighting back, and he said what everyone was thinking. You're throwing me through a whirlwind of emotions right now. What am I supposed to do? And then came the second surprise of the night, the one that broke every single person in that studio. The doors opened again, and a woman walked in. It was Jan, the woman whose life Justin had saved during the Las Vegas shooting. The woman who had sent him the Canadian flag socks he was wearing right now. The woman who was alive, breathing, standing, walking, because Justin Uhart chose not to run away that night. Jan rushed forward, and the two of them embraced in the middle of the stage. Justin's composure shattered completely. He was sobbing. Jan was sobbing. The audience was sobbing. Howie could barely speak. This is one of the bravest, kindest young men you'll ever meet, Jan said through her tears. Being able to be here for him today means the world. This is my hero. Howie had to take a moment. The audience had to take a moment. Even the banker, watching from above, had to pause. Nobody in that room was thinking about money anymore. They were witnessing something profoundly real. A reunion between a hero and the life he saved, on a stage that was usually reserved for greed and gambles. Round 5, 2 cases. Case 24 opened, and a significant amount left the board. The conversation turned to the magic number, $100,000. Justin had told his friends and his sister that 6 figures would be enough. $300,000 was still in play, which was 3 times that goal. One more case, case 2. Taylor held it, and the prayers started. Anything but the $300,000. The case opened, and the result was tense. The board was getting dangerous. The penny was still there. The $300,000 was still there. The banker offered $39,000. It wasn't enough. Justin talked to Oscar, talked to January. Everyone said the same thing. Keep going. You can't lose tonight. No deal. Round 6, 1 case. Case 21. Emmitt Smith himself had warned Justin stay away from 21. But Justin remembered what Emmitt had said earlier. Tune out the noise, zone in on your numbers, go for it. So he ignored his hero's advice and went with his gut. Malika opened the case, and the $300,000 survived. The crowd erupted. The offer jumped to $49,000. What would you do right now? $300,000 is still alive. The fortune cookie number is still in play. Your hero is beside you. Do you keep going? Justin kept going. No deal. One more case, case 26. Michelle opened the case, and the result was favorable. The $300,000 was still alive. The banker offered $82,000. Justin's supporters huddled around him. Oscar, the Marine, had been doing mental math all night. He leaned in and said what Justin was already thinking: use the counteroffer. Justin made his move. He looked up at the banker's window and said, $105,000. 6 figures plus $5,000 for good measure. The banker considered it. Considered the odds, the board, the risk, and then the banker said no deal to Justin's counter. The counter was gone, used and rejected, but the game continued. One more case opened, and the board shifted again. The banker came back with the highest offer of the entire night, $120,000. 6 figures, the exact number Justin had said would make him walk away. Emmett Smith leaned in from the sidelines. The supporters leaned in. Jan was watching from the front row, the woman who owed her life to the man now deciding whether to risk everything or take the sure thing. $120,000, or the chance at $300,000, still sitting on that board. Justin looked at the case he'd chosen because of 3 fortune cookies. He looked at the people around him, the hero, the life he'd saved, the friends and family who loved him, and he said, deal. $120,000. The reveal came quickly. Justin opened case 19, the fortune cookie case, and the amount inside was $300,000. He had sold a case for $120,000. The confetti fell, the tears flowed, and Justin Uhart, the Vegas hero who ran toward danger, who wore Canadian flag socks from a woman whose life he saved, who picked his case based on fortune cookies and played the game alongside his childhood idol, walked out of Deal or No Deal with a 6-figure check and a story that nobody in that studio would ever forget.